personality, and fighting spirit can connect with people far beyond her home country. That is why this American chapter feels so important. For Alex, competing in the United States is about more than entering another tournament or facing another opponent. America is one of the biggest stages in tennis. The crowds are energetic. The attention can be intense. The conditions can change quickly. Some venues are loud and intimate, while others carry the weight of major tennis history. A player cannot hide from pressure there. Every hesitation becomes visible. Every comeback creates emotion. Every fearless point can turn a neutral spectator into a supporter. And Alex seems built for those moments. She is still developing, still learning, and still discovering how far her game can go. But what Filipino supporters admire most is that she does not appear overwhelmed by the size of the occasion. She understands that pressure is part of the journey. She knows that expectations will grow whenever she performs well, and rather than running from that responsibility, she continues to step forward. For the whole Philippines, that courage matters. Filipino sports fans do not support Alex casually. They follow every update with the emotional investment usually reserved for national celebrations. Families watch from their homes. Overseas Filipino workers check results between shifts. Young athletes study her movement and imagine themselves wearing the Philippine colors on an international court one day. From Manila to Filipino communities across California, New York, Texas, Florida, and many other parts of America, her journey creates a shared sense of pride. When Alex competes in the United States, she is never truly playing in front of strangers. Somewhere in the stands, there may be a Philippine flag. Somewhere behind a television screen, a kababayan is holding their breath. Somewhere, a young Filipina is watching and thinking, maybe this path is possible for me too. That is the deeper power of Alex Eala's rise. She is not simply trying to win tennis matches. She is helping expand the imagination of an entire sporting nation. But admiration alone will not carry her through the WTA Tour. The level is too demanding, the opponents are too experienced, and the margins are too small. To continue winning hearts across America, Alex must keep proving that the emotion surrounding her is supported by real competitive substance. Fortunately, her game contains several qualities that can make her dangerous. Her left-handed style immediately gives opponents a different problem. Many players spend most of their careers facing right-handed competitors. Against Alex, the angles change. The serve can pull an opponent into unfamiliar positions. Cross-court rallies arrive with a different shape. Returns that normally feel comfortable can suddenly become awkward, but being left-handed is only an advantage when it is used with purpose. Alex's serve placement is crucial. She does not always need to chase maximum speed. A well-directed serve that moves the returner away from the center can create space for the next shot. When she follows that serve with an aggressive first forehand or a deep backhand, she can take control before the rally fully develops. That early control is especially important in American hard-court conditions, where the ball can reward decisive movement and clean timing. Her return game may be even more important. Against powerful servers, Alex cannot expect to dominate every return point, but she can apply pressure by staying balanced, reading patterns, and making opponents hit one extra ball. A deep return through the middle can sometimes be more effective than attempting a spectacular winner from a difficult position. It removes angles, forces the server to create something, and gives Alex time to establish herself in the rally. Once the point becomes neutral, her footwork becomes one of the keys. Alex is at her best when she moves with intention, rather than reacting late. Small adjustment steps allow her to meet the ball in front. Good recovery movement helps her return to a strong court position. When her feet remain active, her ground strokes look cleaner, her direction becomes more accurate, and her confidence rises. But when the feet slow down, the danger increases. The WTA Tour punishes hesitation. A slightly short ball can be attacked. A second serve without enough variety can come back quickly. A loose service game can change the energy of an entire contest. This is where mental composure becomes essential. Winning hearts is one thing. Winning pressure points is another. Alex must continue learning how to slow down emotionally when a match becomes chaotic. She needs to recognize when to attack and when to extend the rally. She must avoid allowing one missed opportunity to affect the next 3 points. The most experienced players do not always play perfect tennis, but they recover from mistakes quickly. That recovery is often what separates a promising talent from a consistent contender. American crowds also appreciate competitors who show resilience. They may arrive without a strong preference, but they respond when a player refuses to disappear. A long defensive rally, a brave second serve, a calm response after losing momentum, these are the moments that can transform the atmosphere. Alex's appeal comes partly from that visible fight. She does not need to manufacture emotion. Her determination can be seen in the way she chases another ball, resets after an error, and searches for solutions when an opponent begins controlling the rhythm. Still, the path ahead will never be simple. Every opponent will study her patterns. They may attack her second serve, rush her on the return, or direct heavy shots into areas that prevent her from using her preferred angles. Some will attempt to overpower her from the baseline. Others may change pace, use slices, approach the net, or force Alex to generate her own speed. That variety is one of the great tests of professional tennis. Alex cannot rely on one successful formula. She must continue adding layers. Her net play could become a valuable weapon. When she creates a short reply, moving forward can prevent the opponent from resetting the point. A controlled volley does not need to be spectacular. It simply needs to close the space and finish the pattern. Variety can also help her control rhythm. A higher, deeper ball may push an aggressive opponent away from the baseline. A sharper angle can open the court. A sudden change of direction can stop the other player from settling into a predictable exchange. But those decisions require confidence. And confidence on the WTA Tour is not built through hype. It is built through repetition, difficult matches, honest self-evaluation, and the willingness to return after disappointment. There will be days when Alex's timing is not perfect. There will be opponents who expose weaknesses. There will be matches where she creates chances but cannot convert them. Those moments should not be treated as evidence that the dream is fading. They are part of becoming complete. A rising player is not defined only by the victories that make headlines. She is also shaped by the losses that force her to improve. That is why this growing American admiration should be viewed as encouragement, not a guarantee. Alex still has work to do. Her development will require patience. Fans must allow her to grow without demanding perfection every week. Tennis careers are rarely straight lines. Momentum rises and falls. Confidence can arrive quickly and disappear just as fast. The challenge for Alex is to remain grounded while attention increases. More people may recognize her name. More crowds may begin supporting her. More expectations may be placed on every performance. But the foundation must remain the same. Discipline, preparation, courage, and a clear understanding of the player she wants to become. For Filipino fans, this is where pride should become even more meaningful. They are not only celebrating what Alex has already achieved, they are supporting the difficult work still ahead. They understand that she is carrying something larger than herself, even if she never asks for that burden. Each time she competes, people see the Philippine flag beside her name. They hear her introduced as a Filipina tennis star. They witness a country entering conversations from which it was once largely absent. That visibility matters. Philippine tennis has talented coaches, young players, hardworking families, and passionate supporters. What it has often lacked is a consistent global figure capable of showing the next generation what the highest level looks like. Alex may become that figure, not because she must win every match, not because she needs to satisfy every expectation, but because she has already shown that a player from the Philippines can stand on major stages, face elite competition, and earn respect through the quality of her tennis. The response in America adds another layer to that story. When supporters from another country connect with an athlete, it means the story has crossed borders. They may admire her technique. They may appreciate her humility. They may be drawn to the underdog energy surrounding her rise, whatever the reason. That connection can become powerful. A crowd does not need to share a player's nationality to recognize courage. It does not need to know every chapter of her past to understand determination. And it does not need to predict her future to enjoy watching her fight. For it, that is why Alex Eala can become more than a symbol of Pinoy pride. She can become the kind of international athlete whose journey resonates with anyone who has ever been underestimated. The biggest question is what comes next. Can she turn growing attention into consistent performance? Can she protect her service games under pressure? Can she keep improving her return position, movement, and decision-making? Can she remain patient when an experienced opponent refuses to give her rhythm? And when the moment becomes tense, can she trust her game instead of chasing the perfect shot? Those answers will not arrive in one match. They will be revealed slowly, through tournament after tournament, adjustment after adjustment, and challenge after challenge. But that is what makes the journey so compelling. We are not watching a finished superstar protecting an established legacy. We are watching a young competitor attempt to build one in real time. Every American crowd that embraces her becomes part of that journey. Every Filipino flag in the stands becomes a reminder of how far the support reaches. Every young athlete who watches her becomes evidence that her influence is already extending beyond the scoreboard. Alex Eala Eala's story in the United States is not simply about popularity. It is about possibility. The possibility that a Filipino player can capture the imagination of international tennis fans. The possibility that Philippine tennis can produce a genuine WTA contender. The possibility that one athlete's courage can inspire thousands of others to believe that their starting point does not determine their destination. America may be discovering Alex Eala now, but Filipino fans have understood the heart of this story for years. They know the sacrifices behind the applause. They know the pressure behind every appearance. They know that each step forward represents countless hours of training, travel, discipline, and difficult choices. Now, the rest of the tennis world is beginning to feel that emotion too, and perhaps that is the most exciting part. Alex is no longer competing only to introduce herself. She is competing to establish herself, to show